Cruz has died. This footage just coming in from a Church of Scientology service Cruz was presiding over when apparently, and details are still coming in, he spontaneously exploded.
Believe it or not, Tom Cruise exploding is probably the most subtle death on this list. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 over-the-top TV show deaths. For this list, we're looking at deaths that stuck out because they were overdramatic, ridiculous, or gratuitous. We won't be looking at any animated shows because they deserve a list of their own. Since we're talking about death, expect mature content and major spoilers ahead. Number 10. Garrett's explosive end. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Garrett? What the hell are you doing here?
Well, as opposed to the level A jackass I'm staring at, I still follow orders.
Throughout the first season, John Garrett pretended to be loyal to the spy agency S.H.I.E.L.D. In reality, he was an undercover agent for the evil organization Hydra.
Through the eyes of every creature, dead, living, or yet to be. This is the beginning.
After killing dozens of innocents, he was nearly killed by Agent Coulson's team. When Garrett tries to repair his broken body with robotic parts, Coulson calmly blows him up with an alien weapon.
There's a reason why they say cut off the head. Now, I'll be unstoppable.
The explosion leaves the traitor in pieces and us in stitches. Up until his explosive demise, Garrett had been a serious threat, but Coulson's use of an overpowered alien weapon reduced the villain to an utter joke in his final moments. Number 9. Losing his head. Daredevil. Although Wilson Fisk is an imposing man, his ego can be very fragile. So when his romantic date was interrupted by mafia boss Anatoly Ranskahov, we expected something bad to happen.
What is this?
We need to go. Now. I'm sorry.
I want to tell you, my brother and I, we gratefully accept...
Wesley will take care of you. Put him in a car.
Understood.
Shortly after the ruined date, Anatoly is driven to a deserted lot. Fisk uses the secluded location to beat Anatoly to a bloody pulp. For the grand finale, Fisk slams Anatoly's head with a car door for a while until there's no head left. While the scene pushes the envelope by its visuals and absurd length, Fisk's ridiculous motivation really pushes this incident over the top.
What about this?
Take what's left of him and send it to his brother.
It'll start a war.
I'm counting on it.
Are we supposed to see Fisk as an intimidating boss or an immature brat? Well, we guess he can be both. Number 8. Worst game of tag ever. American Horror Story. Within the world of American Horror Story, certain witches have the ability to teleport.
The next task before our candidates is transmutation.
Tag, you're it. Now you're it.
In the season finale of Coven, 3 witches abuse this ability by playing a game of tag.
Careful, girls! It's not a game!
It's the best game, and we need a goddamn break!
During the game, a young witch named Zoe suffers a fatal injury when she accidentally teleports onto a spiked fence.
Oh, dear God!
Although this death should be grim, it's unintentionally hilarious. Zoe's violent demise comes so far out of left field that it's hard not to laugh at how sudden it is. And since she's resurrected by the end of the episode, the gratuitous accident is ultimately just a plot device. Zoe could have avoided her dramatic impalement if she'd played hide-and-seek instead. Number 7. Last Call for Dr. Shepard. Grey's Anatomy.
He's a surgeon and he just saved everyone from the car accident that just came through.
Doctor, we're gonna sedate you now so we can secure your airway. You're gonna be fine.
No, I'm not.
While driving to the airport, Dr. Shepard narrowly avoids a car crash on a 2-lane highway. After helping the victims, he parks sideways on the highway to answer his phone. Moments later, he's hit by a truck. You'd think that someone who just avoided an accident would have the common sense to pull over for a call. Unfortunately, his ridiculous lapse of judgment causes such severe injuries that he's unable to move or speak.
I must have heard. I'm sorry. Can you please tell me your name? Can you tell me anything?
If that wasn't melodramatic enough, Shepard's wife Meredith Grey later has to choose to take him off life support.
It's okay. You go. We'll be fine.
We get that actor Patrick Dempsey was ready to move on from McDreamy, but did his death have to be a McNightmare? Number 6. Jerome's fall from grace. Gotham.
It's time to give this city the boost it needs. Time to stop taking ourselves so seriously. I mean, come on, Gotham. What do you have to lose? Except your sanity.
Between its flamboyant villains and crazy storylines, it's hard for a single moment in Gotham to stand out. But Jerome Valeska's demise still managed to steal the spotlight. After he launches a terrorist attack in Gotham, Detective Gordon chases him to a roof. When Gordon shoots Jerome, the criminal falls off the edge and clinks to the side of the building.
Quite the dilemma, Jim. You gonna let me fall and die? Are you gonna pull me up and arrest me?
Jerome monologues for a minute before he falls back into a green screen background in slow motion.
It's a long way down. You sure you'll outlive me? Oh, I'm sure. Yes, I'm more than a man. I'm an idea, a philosophy. And I will live on in the shadows within Gotham's discontent.
Did we mention he laughs the whole time? The drawn-out fall, obvious effects, and overacting made it hard to take his demise seriously. Then again, maybe Jerome preferred his hammy ending. Number 5. Burying their mistakes. Lost. If Lost had a most hated couple award, it would go to Nikki Fernandez and Paolo.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I think so.
Baby, look at me. Look at me. Where's the bag?
When writers heard about the fan hatred, they decided to off the characters in dramatic fashion. After Nikki suspects that Paolo's been lying to her about a bag of diamonds, she throws a venomous spider on him.
You wanted to stop looking for the bag because you'd already found it. I know you have them, Paolo, so where are they?
Calm down, okay? What the hell was that? Oh! Are you out of your mind?
Its bite causes Paolo to be completely paralyzed. A few minutes later, Nikki is bitten by the same kind of spider. When the other survivors find the couple, they assume Nikki and Paolo are dead and bury the lovers alive.
Hey! Hey, what happened?
Paralyzed.
A number of viewers rejoiced over the couple's untimely end. Although the writers went way overboard, they gave fans exactly what they wanted. Number 4. Engine of Vengeance. Firefly. In order to keep his spaceship flying, Captain Malcolm Reynolds had to accept a few questionable jobs. At one point, he gets paid to steal cargo for the villainous Nishka.
You take boxes off before you reach Paradiso and deliver to Crow here. Half money now, Crow give you other half at rendezvous point.
When Mal's crew discovers that the cargo is life-saving medicine, he tells Nishka's henchman Crow to return the money.
Now this is all the money Niska gave us in advance. You bring it back to him, tell him the job didn't work out. We're not thieves. Well, we are thieves. Point is, we're not taking what's his.
But after Crow refuses the offer and makes threats, Mal says darn and kicks Crow into his ship's engine.
Keep the money. Use it to buy a funeral. It doesn't matter where you go or how far you fly. I will hunt you down, and the last thing you see will be my blade.
Darn.
The henchman's demise is so unexpectedly brutal that we couldn't help but laugh. Mal's casual attitude about the situation only adds to the hilarity. His ludicrous kick is both a great comedic bit and a great snapshot of who the captain is. Number 3. Helicopter crash, ER.
Gold dot for your forehead.
I've seen beta blockers work before.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You have nursing experience, which means that you can handle 90% of the patients. Unfortunately, it also means you might kill the other 10%.
He's not dead yet.
Dr. Romano was an excellent doctor with a terrible personality. It seemed like he finally got his comeuppance when he lost an arm to a helicopter rotor in Season 9. But the worst was yet to come. In Season 10, Romano steps outside for some air after coming face to face with a helicopter. He's leisurely walking around before the same chopper falls out of the sky and crushes him. Romano's dramatic death is more suited for an action movie than the grounded world of ER, and crushing him with a helicopter seemed unnecessarily mean-spirited. Romano already lost a limb to a chopper. Did he have to lose his life to one too? Number 2. Oberyn's crushing defeat, Game of Thrones. After the Mountain murdered Elia Martell, her brother Oberyn volunteers to fight the monstrous man.
Say her name. Elia Martell. You raped her. You killed her children. Elia Martell.
Initially, it looked like Oberyn would be victorious, but it only took an instant for the Mountain to regain the upper hand. He ends the fight by squeezing Oberyn's head until it pops like a balloon.
Kill the children. Then I rape her. Then I smash their heads in like this.
While the Mountain is strong enough to commit this heinous act, no one wanted to see him do it. Although Oberyn's death set certain plot points in motion, his demise was needlessly gory and cruel. Fans hadn't been this shocked and horrified at a murder since the Red Wedding. And that even seems like a tea party compared to the gruesome actions of the Mountain. Before we finish off our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Bored now.
Oh my God.
What did you do? I don't resent you, Leland. If anything, maybe I resent myself.
For staying with a man who doesn't love you.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God!
How did it happen? Apparently the glue in the wedding invitations was toxic.
Well, that's weird.
Well, I propose a change of plans. What do you think, Miss Bean? How about I just drown you in it?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Gus Becomes Two-Face, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad has always been praised for its realistic and gritty tone.
Are you asking me if I ordered the murder of a child? I would never ask you that.
But it still had a few larger-than-life moments. In Season 4, Walter White decides to get rid of the monstrous drug kingpin Gustavo Fring with a bomb. By the time Gus notices the bomb, he's hit with a huge explosion. After straightening his tie, the camera reveals half his face is missing before he collapses. Let's be honest, Gus's dramatic demise is awesome, but it's an exaggerated death for a show that was celebrated for its realism, and we didn't really need Gus to become Two-Face to know he was done for. So while the death is iconic, it's also over the top. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.